Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the Blessed Beast Live Weekend Podcast, where we talk to dope people doing a lot of amazing, dope things. On the show today, I got a chance to sit down with one of my favorite rappers, Christian hip hop style. I first met this guy when he took my song off the charts. In the studio today, hadn't had a chance to sit down with my brother, my little brother, 3, the Soul Trappa.
Man, what's popping, baby?
Man, what's the good word, bro? I got you over here at the Grand Imaging Studios, man. I hadn't had a chance to sit with you and talk to you in a good while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, but man, I do want to hear about the new fatherhood, the layoff, the new music, all of that stuff. But for people who just don't know you, man, I always try to say you are one of the top artists. And I'm gonna go a little step further. You are one of the most underrated artists that I know. That you always putting out a lot of fire work. So introduce yourself, bro.
Man, the gravy baby himself, 3-time, a big kingdom stepper. Man, a servant at the end of the day. A servant, real name Trey. Y'all know what it is. I'm from the boot, but I don't know. I got stuck in the swangers and the lean and the oil so yeah, they call it the land of the drill with the spill, all that. So big shout out to Houston. Houston really molded me. Houston really shaped me. I tell people that all the time. I might be from the city, but definitely Houston is what really shaped me and molded me to the man I am today. So yeah.
So you born in?
I'm born in New Orleans.
Okay.
Born in New Orleans. My family moved a week before Hurricane Katrina.
I was gonna say, are you Katrina transplant?
A week before. If it was that long, I don't know. But long story short, the Lord showed my grandmother as well as my pops, basically Katrina, and so yeah, we moved to Lake Charles.
You had to be super young.
6th grade. So I was probably about 12.
Yeah. Do you have memories of still to this day when you moved here?
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah. How and I'm gonna be real short with this part because I was still working in media at this point. But bro, how was y'all's welcome from your end?
It was trash. It was trash. They ain't want us here. We ain't want to be here.
Yeah.
But I think as time progressed, we kind of came. Like how we is geographically, we next door neighbors.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was horrible.
It's so crazy because today, and I was talking about this on the air one day. One of the best accents in the nation. People talk about Baltimore and the New York accent and the Texas drawl. That Louisiana accent.
Yeah, it's something. You heard me.
Yeah, look, you heard me.
Nah, a lot of people sleep on West Coast. West Coast. My wife from shout out my wife. She from San Diego. So She from the West Coast, so yeah. When I got out there, when I went out there, all you hear is you feel me, homie?
Yeah.
Homie,
Does she talk like that?
Cool. She kind of lost it a little bit, but certain words, it'll come back.
She get mad, it definitely come out. Yeah.
Come back. Yeah.
All right, bro. I know you from Christian hip hop, and like I said, man, you one of the most underrated, dope artists out there. That at any moment now. And I've been saying, at any moment now, the world gonna hear it it's gonna be over, bro. You wasn't always doing CHH.
Nah, not at all.
All right, take me back to, cause you preaching and everything now. Life before Christ.
Man, it's so many ways I could answer that because it's by my mom and them and my pops being pastors. It's kind of my life always been structured and rooted in that, but not so much in my heart. So I feel like for me, it kind of took place after high school when I got out of my pops and them crib and, leave the college, wild out, I was big on attention. I felt like because in high school, I wasn't the most livest kid. We wasn't poor, but we definitely wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a lot of clothes from my cousin who, at that time, this was '03, '04 when he getting a lot of his clothes, and so translate that over to 2009 through 2012 while I'm in high school, I'm wearing these big old polos, big baggy jeans.
But that was the era, though.
It was the era, but I feel like it was starting to transition into not the skinny jeans yet, but the fitted jeans. It was kind of fitted.
Yeah.
I'm still wearing baggy clothes. They called my cousin clothes. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And so, going from that, I never really had confidence in myself until I got to college. I get to college and all the females feeling me, and now I'm like, oh dang, your boy do look good. Like
what college?
Prairie View A&M University. PV.
you know.
Yeah. So I was out there, man, really wilding out, man. I was not going to class. Okay. I probably went to class for about a good one semester. I was out there for 2 years.
No salvation, no Christ, no nothing going on.
Man, my mind wasn't on none of that. I ain't gonna lie.
So you didn't even grow up in the church? None of this stuff?
So I grew up in the church. And my mom and them did like a real good job, but like the scriptures say, train up a child in the way he should go. When he old, he will not depart. I'm a living testimony of that, as you can see. But at that time, I personally didn't want, like, I wasn't looking to walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of like, yo, this is what my mom and them want to do. Yeah. I got to live here. I'm under their roof. I was like, hey, I'm going to listen. So it was a lot of times they brought us to the table. We broke bread. We talked about the word, but I know I had demons in me. I used to be mad. I used to be huffing and puffing like, man, I'm ready to get up out of here. So, man.
All right, so rapping wasn't even your thing, because, I mean, from the times I done sat in the chair, you done cut my hair, bro, you played football.
I did. I played football. I played everything. But I ain't, like I said, I had the confidence. So which goes to say, and we won state too. Shout out to Candy High School. We won state 2012. But I ain't really see the field that much. Not so much because I was trash, just because our running back was a freaking stud. Like,
you played running back, bro?
Nah. I played receiver. I played quarterback, receiver, linebacker, safety, cornerback.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of skill positions, but nevertheless, we ain't really throw the ball a lot because our running back was a stud. Like, he got a scholarship to A&M, played with Johnny Manziel. So we ain't really throw the ball a lot. But I was a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in the gym, stayed working out because I love football. So by the time I get to PV, I'm just regularly playing 7-on-7 with the guys who actually play for the team, and the coaches that's there looking at me like, yo, who is this kid? Like, so they asking me, you got a scholarship or you? I'm like, nah, I just like football, you know. So they asking me to try out. I went to try out. I sucked. I ain't gonna lie, I did bad in trials because it was cold. I don't do well with the cold, but yeah, I played football a little bit. So I think it was mainly confidence. But to go back to your original question, once I lost my confidence, like after that trials, I feel like that's what really, like, that hit me hard. It was like, man, I'm out here. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to walk on, play football. That ain't go right. So now I'm like, man, I'm majoring in something. My people really kind of instilled in me to major, and I ain't really had I majored in architecture, engineering. No, just architecture. Okay. I could draw a little bit, but I ain't really want to do that. I should have went for music, truth be told. I should have went for, I don't know, something else other than that, but I ended up doing that. And then it's like, man, parties every night, females chasing me. Like, it's like, man, after a while, that stuff for the bird. You gonna go with the flow. You gonna get turned out, and that's what I did. To be honest,
turned out. PV from New Orleans. All of this stuff, you got stuff stacked against you. You on pace to be a statistic at this point.
Nah, fact.
Drugs? Were you in drugs?
Drugs. That's when I really started smoking heavy. Like, well, that's really when I started smoking. Like, probably college? Like freshman year, really the summer. I got accepted into a summer program at PV. So I graduated June 10th. The summer program started June 10th, so I couldn't go the first day. But literally, right after I walked across the stage, the very next day, I'm going to PV for summer camp. So even while graduation is going on, people celebrating. My mindset like, yo, once I cross the stage tomorrow, peace. Like, I'm going. You're out of there. So, man, drugs. And then I actually got into some trouble dealing with counterfeit bills, pressing up bills. Like, it went from smoking to then we start dealing. Then we start conniving and robbing, hitting licks and all type of stuff, bro. Like, it was crazy. And the whole time I ain't grew up like that, you know.
Bro, you know what's so crazy? You just said this. I mean, I talked to a lot of different artists, bro. And you said counterfeit bills. Bro, you was setting yourself up for straight
15 years Fed time. I
yeah.
Forget, yeah.
So you got caught?
So we was under investigation. They didn't have enough evidence to convict us, basically. But it still to this day, it's like, man, that was God. Yeah. Because we knew what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know how they don't got enough evidence.
How big was the counterfeits? Is it ones? Is it big
these blue Hunnons. Yeah, these blue Hunnons look real. You ain't even gonna tell. If you ain't touching money every day, you as good as ours. And we laughing at you.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So then you get to the point where, matter of fact, do this. 3 the Soul Trappa right here inside the Blessed Beats podcast show. Take me to the night Christ showed up in your life, or the day that Christ showed up in your life?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of them moments because during that time, we was getting caught with a lot of stuff too, like getting pulled over with different things in the car. For some reason, I never went to jail, and so once I got kicked out of school, I went to stay on the northeast side of Houston with my grandma and my auntie. They stayed in City Gas. It's like close by Homestead. And I picked right back up, but then I intensified it. So like now I'm really selling not just weed, pills, ecstasy, Xans.
So you ain't learned your lesson.
Not at all. Lean. And so, and there was a gap in between that. Like it was probably like a 2-year gap where I went from house to house with homeboys, just staying, doing different things with them, selling different things with them. And so then I went back by my grandmother and aunt. But during that span, I probably got pulled over at least about 4 or 5 times with nothing but drugs on me, and never took me to jail. It was one time we went to Sam Houston State, and I got caught with 2 ounces on me.
Yeah.
Was it 2 ounces or 4 ounces? It might have been 4 ounces.
Wow, bro.
But I had baggies on me. I had a scale, and sure enough, they wrote me a citation. That's unheard of. Like. Wrote me a citation and was like, show up to court. I got to keep the weed. I'm going to keep the weed. I ain't giving you weed back. But, yeah. And the whole time, even my homeboy was just looking like, this crazy, like, steady, just kept going. So I feel like God's hand was always on me. I just was the dummy, just kept going, kept choosing to bump my head. So the night that I actually encountered Christ in a personal way, I guess, will probably be the night I, like, start seeing demons in my partners or whatever. Like I was gonna kill them. Like I felt like they were gonna kill me.
Were you sober?
Nah, no indeed, no. I was rolling for about 6 days. Like I popped a lot of exos.
Okay, I was gonna say that. For people watching on social media, rolling is a term. I actually first heard that. I don't know if that's a Louisiana term.
Yeah, jiggers.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna even tell you the rapper I know that from. Not gonna even tell you the rapper I know that from. Yeah. But you said, are you saying rollies or rolling?
Rolling up jiggers, exos, like
yeah. So you was.
I was selling them, but I was getting high on my own supply.
Wow, bro! And so you was out of there, and now you seeing demons in your partners.
Yes, bro. And it happened so fast. It went from one moment I'm freestyling in the trap. Because to give you a backstory, I start getting a little buzz rapping secular.
Yeah.
Like I'm winning different showcases.
What was your rap name?
Rodman. I started off as Dennis Rodman. Me and my partner, shout out my boy Jay. We started off as a group. Then as time went on, he kind of was just like, man, this really you. Like you got something. Like do your thing. So I kept it going, and it was just Rodman. But yeah,
bro, you definitely younger than me. I'm from the Dennis Rodman era. You straight from like the Kobe AI era. Out of all NBA All-Stars.
This what was so cool about it. So we used to smoke so much and we would freestyle. And so we would freestyle for hours. Like I cannot make this up. We'll freestyle for hours. And then we just kind of like, man, we 2 fly youngsters, like let's rap. Like what you think about rapping? Let's rap. Like we could do it. So I'm like, you right. So the first question was, what's your name would be? Like what our name would be? So we probably sat there, hit the blunt a couple times, and was like, Dennis Rodman. I don't know why. It was just kind of like Dennis Rodman. And the reason being was because he stood out. Like, if somebody asked you for $1 million, tell me one basketball player that just was nothing like everybody else. Just stood out like a sore thumb. That's what come to mind. The very next day, I go to scoop him at work. He worked at a gym, and I'll never forget this. This man come from out the gym, and he was like, man, you look like an artist. Like, he told me, he was like, you do music? Like, you look like an artist. I'm like, yeah, man, my partner Jay. He like, that's dope, man. He said, man, y'all a group? So we like, yeah, we're a group. This was just yesterday. We actually made it official.
Yeah.
So now he's saying, man, y'all need a name. He said, y'all need a name. Then he started thinking. He said, man, what's that one basketball player name with the red hair and
Stop.
Man, God be the truth. So we both looking at each other like, yo, that's confirmation. Like, that's what it is. So he was like, Dennis Rodman. And so ever since then, we kind of stuck with it. So that's how the name came about.
That's pretty dope. So you get this encounter with Christ. You got a little buzz repping secular.
Yeah.
Your name is Rodman.
Yeah.
When did you pick up Christian hip hop?
I think it was after that encounter, my life ain't just changed like in an instant. Like I said that to anybody, if you got people placing expectations on you to change like immediately, that's cap. Like that's false expectations. But I had a desire to like, man, let me get right, like, cause I knew better. Like I said, I grew up knowing about it. I just never really like surrendered. I say really surrendered and wanted to live my life how I knew God called me to live it. And so at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it. And so in that moment, in that time, within that time span, I still was making music, but I started making music about that night that happened. I started making music, just kind of like God started being in my music more so. You know, it was like, man, God, I want to change. I'm just dealing with this. How you deal with this? But I never sat down. I never took a step back. Like, let me stop making. Like, I always kept making music.
What year we talking?
We talking about 2017.
Okay. So 2017,
2018,
2019, pandemic, right?
Yeah.
All right. You at the time, bro, you rapping Christian hip hop at these moments, right?
Yeah.
I got the hottest Christian hip hop morning show in the nation, and I had you right here in the backyard. I had never heard of you, right?
Yeah, I ain't never heard of Christian hip hop.
Okay, so but you was rapping Christian hip hop.
Yeah.
Did you have a buzz and I just missed it, or?
Nah, I ain't have no buzz.
So you didn't have a buzz. Okay, so I gotta say this, bro. The reason I gotta say this is because I'm stepping out on the limb, and only you can confirm or deny this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take credit for the buzz that you've been carrying since pandemic.
Nah, definitely.
Okay, you're not just saying it because it's a show.
Nah.
No, let's get into it because I'm gonna say this. 2020 happens. I probably dropped the hottest song in Houston.
Not even probably. That's facts.
Okay, thank you, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So
real.
I dropped Shift the Culture 2020 pandemic. Song is fish grease hot. I'm talking about everybody's on it. I got major artists on it. Yeah. I got the remake on it. I got all of this stuff. And I put out a open verse challenge or something like that. And bro, you in the car, was she your wife then or was you your girlfriend?
Man, you right.
This is the first time.
That was my girl, I think. At that time, that was my girl.
Okay, she was your girl.
Yeah.
I think that was the first video that you posted. You riding in the car and you go, oh, that's Marcus Sullivan. I'm jumping. You jump out the car, you run around the car, and you spaz on my record.
For real.
Red, you spaz. And I'm like, who is dude, right?
Yeah.
And so I put this on my page, and everybody, this dude called,
Yeah.
You just said you didn't have a buzz. Bro, the next week, I'm on my way to the radio station. 4 a.m, I get a DM message of a video called Worship from one of my CHH rapper, Two Crunk for Jesus. Shout out to him.
Shout out, big bro, man.
And bro, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this. This video, this song, I tell you all the time, bro. To me, that's still top 3 favorite Christian hip hop songs. Worship, right? By Rodman at the time, right? Yeah. And did that change the game for you or no?
It definitely did in so many ways, both negative and positive.
Ooh, talk about it.
Like in the negative way, it was kind of like I said, I had no idea about Christian hip hop. The one artist that kind of pushed me into like the CHH space was Bizzle. I heard him, and I don't know, it was just I heard a lot of different artists, even Lecrae. Like I listened to him, but it just wasn't. It didn't give me that feeling like this me. Like it was just like I feel like I'm too dirty for this kind of speak. Like I feel like I'm too. This ain't me. But then I heard some songs by Bizzle, and he was just real and cutthroat, like real. Yeah. So I was like, dang, I probably could do this. So fast forward, I shot that video, shirt off, like shirt open, tatted up. So everybody got flags, you know. We just turned up for God. But so many people, when the video came out, so many people was like, that's demonic, or true. He's in the world, he's gang banging, and
this is what they telling you.
That's what that's the post. I mean, that's the comments that's under the post.
Can I flip the coin on the other side of that?
Go for it.
We did this thing called Thursday Throwdown at NGN Radio, and every week we'll put the top song up, and we put up a guest song a champion and a challenger, and let the listeners call. While they in your comments saying, what about the song?
Gang banging, this worldly, God ain't in it. Is to this day, and I go back and look at them comments still to this day and just laugh.
My song was number 1 on there for 8-10 weeks, going crazy. Worship comes on there. Same song you said they killing you in the comments. Bro, your song mops the floor. I want to say it was like 37-2 or something crazy.
That thing was going crazy for real.
And so one thing I'll say about social media, and I don't know if you subscribe to this today, I don't believe none of the stuff I see on social media in the comments. Social media comments is not real, bro.
It's bots. They bots. Ban the bots, man. Get the bots on social media. They messing the world up, man.
All right, so worship is sweeping Houston, going crazy. You are now this known unknown guy.
Yeah, I like that. Known unknown.
How stuff changed? Because then, bro, I started listening to your music, and I'm in the gym and I'm downloading your stuff, and I'm like, man, I love this dude.
I'll say this: on the positive side, it gave me a confidence to like. I felt like I'm doing the right thing. Like I feel like this my calling, so to speak. I feel like that's why my music is the way it is, because it's certain people that the quote unquote church folk ain't gonna be able to necessarily reach. That's why I come into play. So once I start seeing the feedback, I mean, they talked about Jesus. So for me personally, it was like, dang, they saying that stuff.
Yeah.
And my heart really for God. Oh, I bet I got to be doing the right thing.
You took a little hiatus for a little while.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always taking hiatus.
What's the reason? What's the reason behind all of that?
Man, I feel like it's me, really. I feel like it be me, but it be God checking me. Sometimes, and I'm man enough to say that, like, a lot of times, it's easy to get the big head, especially doing what we do, and especially when you're as good as I am. And
bro, it feel like that. You come out with a song, because I ain't gonna lie, you hard worker. You roll a video and a song out, like, every week. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. And your name start ringing, and then you gone.
Yeah, I had to go. Because what I started doing was, I started realizing, like, these cats really can't rap.
Yeah.
Like, and I say it in the humble way, but back then it wasn't humble. I'm just being real. I was kind of like, bro, this really a market for me. Like, I come in this thing and shut it down. Like, for real, like, easy.
Yes.
And so the whole time the Lord just knocking on my heart, like, if you're going to do this, all that got to die. Like, that's pride, that's selfishness. So, and I knew it. You know, at the end of the day, I know that God began to show me the real power that I possess and what I could really, what he wants to do with it versus what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And so when I realized that, I'm like, man, I'm really getting up here making this about me. And it ain't even supposed to be about me. Like, so when I realized that, that
can happen easily, huh?
So easy, bro. And if you're not sensitive to God, if you don't have a true hunger to do his will, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. You can say you love God, you can say all this, but if you don't desire to do his will, then you're going to do your will.
How, as an artist, bro, do you, because hip-hop is competitive as sports.
Facts.
You want to be the best at what you do. Facts. You just said, I can shut it down, right? Facts. Bro, you put out a song and we download it and we rock into it. You go do a show and we jam into you. How does an artist keep that at bay and go, instead of being like, thank you, God, I did a good thing, right?
Yeah.
God, you see what I'm doing? Is that pride? Or explain that to me.
Nah, so it's all on, like you said, it's all on what you saying behind closed doors, what you saying in your heart. And so at that time, it wasn't, God, look at what I'm doing. It's, man, look at what you doing. Like, y'all lit. Like, hey, we about to turn up. Like, I mean, I'm even going to shows. I'm reaching out to certain artists. I ain't gonna say no names, but I reached out to a lot of artists, big time artists, wanted to charge me an arm and a leg for a feature, and I'm like, bro, I rap you under the table.
Right.
Like, you really, I really felt, at that time I felt like, man, y'all gatekeeping. Like, y'all see me up in here, you really threatened. That's how I felt at the time, and I came real close to dissing a lot of them. I ain't gonna lie, I did, but I did.
Listen, as a radio person, I've always said where that part of the industry at, because we on some Christian stuff, and we always like, it's got to be grace, and it's got to be, right? Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, I'm with that.
Right.
But this hip hop, and at some point, and this is why I love Bizzle, at some point, he'll call somebody out sooner or later, right? Yeah, but let me ask you this: you're reaching out to artists, they're hitting you with the big boy features, the big boy budgets, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it real quick, because I want to get into your new music. What's up with the business of CHH? Stuff that somebody watching don't even understand.
So I think the best example, and for a long time before I even get into that, let me just say this: in especially when you're doing it for God, it has to be done in decency and in order. If you're gonna do it for God, you can't do it half-heartedly. So like, you may be doing it full throttle as far as music, beat, all that.
Yeah.
But if your paperwork side of it not right, then that's not exemplifying God in the best way. And I had to learn that. I'm still dealing with that right now.
We have conversations about this.
Exactly. And so I think so many times that people struggle with balance, and it ain't just in music, it's with everything. You gotta have balance. You gotta find some type of way to balance. And so in that, I would say you have to balance the spiritual side of it, and you got to balance the natural side of it. The natural side as far as being your business, making sure your ducks in a row, making sure your stuff is flowing the way it's supposed to flow. It can't just all be spiritual, because we ain't in heaven right now.
When I'm sitting on this side of the mic, bro, it's my job to ask the hard question.
Facts. I feel like I'm here to answer them too.
All right.
Yeah.
My question to you is, are there vultures in Christian hip hop? Are there people here that use ministry for the gain of personal finances and it's really entertainment?
Yes, most definitely.
Who? No, I'm just kidding.
Look, this person.
No, but
it definitely is though, man. And I've learned that when we go back to how I first started, it's easy to be like that. Yeah. So it's like I understand it. Like I was a jump away from that. Like, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it.
How do you and I have a lot of conversations. How are you now dividing business and ministry? Are you still saying when the people be like, "Come on, man, do it for the Lord"?
Yeah.
How are we doing business? Because you got a kid now, you got a wife to take care of now. How do you balance business and ministry?
I'll say definitely because it is for the Lord. Then you got to always be open to it being just that too. I can't just be. That's why I say balance. Because just like you could be super spiritual, you could be super carnal with it. You could be like, nah, I ain't doing nothing for free. Like, you gonna pay me, run me my money on. Like,
yeah,
it's like, nah. It's kingdom at the end of the day. So I always use discernment. That's something you got to always pray on. I've done a lot of free things, to be honest. More than my wife would tell you. Like, sometimes she get like, why is you doing that for free? Like, that ain't. But if the Lord tell me to do it, I'm going to do it. If the Lord don't tell me and then I discern you just trying to gain off my name or you just trying to, you got to run them coins. Like, that's just, it is what it is.
I want to give you props on camera right now because my second song, like we was just talking about the Shift the Culture song, took off. You jumped on like the Instagram challenge thing. My second song, I made sure I came to you and I was like, bro, I'm not doing this song. You one of my favorite. I told you that you was my favorite artist. You got to be on this song. And bro, you charged me nothing for that verse on that song. And so I want to say thank you publicly because I know you got the business on there. And I think you had just lost a child or something at the time. Yeah. And so I want to say that publicly. Now let's get into your new music because I really want to get into this apostle in you, right? Bro, you sent me a record and you said, man, just listen to it on the way home. Yeah. And I listened to it, and I know I'm dating the interview, but I listened to it last night on the way home. Bad. Bro, when I say you got 0 skips in this album, and is this a full project or what is this?
So it initially was supposed to be one big project, but I ran into some issues with like uploading it or whatever. Yeah. So the thing is, I've been having this music since last year, and so that's something the Lord really been like.
Oh, I want to get into that, but I got to say this first. You was going by the name Robin before with the worship record and a lot of your old stuff. You changed it to 3, right? The Soul Trappa, right? Why?
I don't know. I just kind of when I was rapping as Robin, I throw that bar in there like I'm soul trapping, just like you trapping the world. Like it's like nah. I think it was a revelation of who I really was. Mm-hmm. It was like, don't abandon who you was in the. I mean, you abandoned to a certain degree. Don't do what you was doing in the world, but don't let who that made you change when you come to this side. It's like, nah, if you was trapping on that side, you trap on this side too. It's just you doing it different. If you was hustling on that side, you hustle on this side. It's just a different way of doing it, you know. And so it kind of was like, okay, that's who I am. Like, I'm gonna trap for these souls now though. 3 because my name Trey. Like my name.
I was gonna ask you about 3. Yeah. So that's what 3 is. So you go by 3.
Yeah, most people call me 3. If I could drop the Soul Trappa, I ain't gonna lie, I would, because it's like so many people, they spell it wrong, and marketing wise, I ain't gonna lie, I took a hit like that, but I like what it stand for. And at the end, it's like, man, you got people with all type of weird names, and they, if they pop, they pop. People get
I was gonna say, when you buzzing like you buzzing, they gonna spell it right. If we can spell Giannis' name right, we good.
There you go.
Bro, I can't even say it, and I ain't gonna even try. Giannis, right, bro? I want to get into this, man. Mind your business. I want 3 to Soul Trappa. There you go. 3 to Soul Trappa. Mind your business. 3 to Soul Trappa. Mind your business. Man, go download this. Listen to it on your way home in the gym. No 0 skips on it. I gotta say it like that, right, bro? I'm gonna get into it real quick, bro. Like I said, no skips, and I almost want to just skip through and just talk about this one record that I've listened to on repeat. But man, mind your business. Why you so gritty, dude? Like, you ain't got no Heavenly Father record. It's mind your business. Yeah.
People need to do that nowadays, man. It's mind your business.
Tell me about it.
Man, I just come out of the season, like we talked about them hiatuses.
Yeah.
I was in the season where, just had a baby girl. Shout out my baby Treasure. I love that.
We love us on Instagram. Man. Yeah.
So, do that whole process while my wife's pregnant and everything. You know, I'm like, man, I want to be there for her emotionally too, because when you lose a child, we take it one way, but then the female take it another way. So I just want to be there all the way, 100%, 200%, and then on top of that, I just wanted to make sure that our foundation as a marriage and as a family be knitted, because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. So before I even get there, I need to make sure that my family is rooted. So I took some time off, wasn't dropping no music. So that's how the music kept piling up, because I'm steady recording. I write like crazy, but I'm never dropping nothing.
You writing every day?
I'm getting back to that point. Yeah.
So it's just like a sport. You in the gym every day. You putting up shots. Okay.
Definitely.
I love it. I'm not going to even go through this whole project. I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to go absolutely check this joint out. But man, I text you when I heard this record. Sleepless. Yeah. And bro, I'm gonna tell you why I'm on that right now. And I wish we could zoom right here, but Sleepless, it's got the E beside it.
Yeah.
On Apple Music.
Yeah.
For
nigga.
Explicit.
Yeah.
You a Christian rapper. How you got explicit?
Man, I tell people like this. At the end of the day, whatever you get convicted about, that's your convictions.
Talk.
And so for the longest, I let a lot of other people put their convictions on me.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you begin to have false humility, and you begin to move outside of your own character, and not just your character, but the character that God put in you.
Yeah.
See, we molded and shaped it in such a way that like we're to attract certain sheep. And so when you look at it like that, if you walking around thinking like another shepherd, then you're not fit for your sheep. So I had to go back and like really digress and be like, wait, this ain't 3. Like, I don't know where you picked this up from. Go back to your roots, man. Go back to and since I've done that, since I've just been totally raw, uncut, like this how God made me, this how I'm rocking, I see my sheep. Ooh. And they coming fast. Ooh. Like, so
you say some stuff in this record,
man.
I wanted to call you and be like, bro, did that happen to you? Like,
everything, facts. That stuff about my testimony, a lot of people don't know, because I was dealing with sharing it. Like, some of that stuff, I had to heal from it first. You know? So, and healing took place making that song too, like, for real.
I'm not going to, because we could dive right into that, some of them stuff that you said.
Yeah.
But the only reason I'm not going to do it is I want you watching this, you listening to this, to go play it. And I'm telling you, what drew me to it, bro, is that E beside it, that explicit beside it. Because I'm listening like,
I got homeboys who did that. My little brother hit me up. Shout out my little brother, and he said, bro, why did Apple Music put explicit by your song?
On a Christian song?
I say,
bro, I went right to it. I was like, well, what he say? Right? But that's where we are on that. And so, man, it's 7 tracks, No skips on it. Trust me. I put a stamp. If I could put 5 mics on, I'll do all of that on there. But man, before I get out of here, bro, your apostle came through here. Yeah. He looked me right in the face, bro, and he said, I found my replacement. Yeah. Bro, you rolling on, what's the word earlier? Rolling, y'all, you come from rolling on
jiggers. Yeah.
You come from rolling on jiggers to an apostle saying.
Bishop, that's my bishop.
A bishop. Okay. I'll do respect. Love them.
Yes.
How you get to that stage, bro?
Man.
Because you preaching. We talked and I said, man, how long did you preach? Yeah. And I said, did you go 40 minutes?
Boy,
you said, your boy, you said, man, I don't even know how long I went. Yeah. That wasn't your first time preaching, right?
Nah, not at all.
But where did the gift of preaching come from?
First, my family. Like my grandma. While I was in there tripping, my grandma would come in the room, smack all type of oil across my face. I might be drunk, high, just getting it from clubbing, strip clubbing, all that. I lay down. And the moment I fall asleep, she come with, and she smacking the oil all across my head.
She saw the demons in you,
bro,
dude.
But I could appreciate that now. Yeah. So I think a lot of it come from that. The second part is my leader. Shout out Bishop Glenn Jeffrey and Apostle Shanita Jeffrey. I love y'all, my whole Outpouring family. But it took them seeing who I was in God before I even seen it. Yeah. And something that my bishop told me that stood out, he was like, really quick, if I could paint this story, I got booked at a block party for them at the church. We talked the night before the block party. So like Apostle Shanita called me and we talking, wondering, do you flow like this? How do you flow? And so we talked for about a good hour. I don't even know how long. I know it was long. And so when I get there, I'm already knowing I'm charged up in the spirit. I just come off a 21-day fast.
Was this pandemic?
Was this pandemic?
You posted. No, keep going.
I don't know. Was it?
I thought I saw a video when you was. Never mind. Just keep going.
All right. So I get there and I don't know. I could just tell the moment I stepped foot on those grounds, I was like, man, something big about to happen. Like if you ever get that feeling, like it ain't deja vu. It's like you just know, like, man, something big about to happen. And so we outside, but it started raining, and so we started moving inside. When we moved inside, that was kind of confirmation because the Lord gave me a word the night before on how it was going to be a massive outpouring of his spirit, and only those with empty cups will receive. But he said, I heard those words, there's going to be a massive outpouring. I didn't even know the name of the church was Outpouring. I didn't even know the name of the church that booked me. I'm just going as an artist, like, I'm about to go turn up. Okay, Lord, this is what you want me to do. I'm going to do that too, and we're going to move in that fire. We go inside, and I got booked with some other artists, and long story short, man, God just showed up, and once he showed up, deliverance broke out. We started praying, healing took place, lady got healed, and after that, I knew I was home. Like I knew that's where I needed to be. They booked me back again the next Sunday and was like, man, come back worship with us. I went back the very next Sunday, and I just knew I was home. And so now that I say that, I'll share with y'all what he told me. He said, I'm not looking for you to bring people here because you rapping and, bring people to my church. He like, nah. He said, I am literally here to just build you up and send you out. I don't need you sitting in these 4 walls when I know your gift is outside the 4 walls. Man, when I heard that, I was like, bruh, because a lot of pastors don't say that. A lot of they want to, they want, bring my congregation, bring them in.
Let's build a church. Let's build a church.
Yeah, and he more so like, man, this building not the church. Like, nah, go out there. You go out there. So man.
Did you have a church home before that?
I did, but then I took a break away from it, and I was with my mom in them church. Like, shout out my mom, my dad. Like they instilled the word talk about one plant, one water, one get the increase. So. Man, my parents definitely been planting in me since a babe, and so to grow up and then come from under that and go somewhere else, get watered, and then you just watch God do the increase. So
last thing I got to ask you, man, as a Christian hip-hop artist that raps about Bible, raps about God, because you make sure you put all of that stuff in your bars, I always ask my artists, are you really living this? How often are you in your word? Like, how often you really in that word?
I just shook back probably about this week. because I just got affirmed, like 2 weeks ago.
When you say shook back, you was gone?
Spiritually, yeah.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, spiritually, I don't know if it was the weight of receiving the mantle or calling that heavy, but it was like, I felt it. I felt it spiritually. Like it got way more harder to pray, way more harder to press in, and then I'm just like, then I just found myself in this place where I ain't in my Bible. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't reading my word. I'm probably waking up, jumping straight on Instagram. Probably get to God middle of the day. Hey God, I appreciate you. Thank you, love you. And then we keep it pushing. But it wasn't until I reconnected with a brother of mine in Christ, who I know God sent him to the same area I moved to, which is Richmond Rosenberg area. And God is like, all right, I need you, apostle now. I need you, like Soul Trappa. Like I called you to this region to get busy, and you can't get busy empty. You can't pour out what ain't in you. So I had to. That shook me back. But before that, oh man, we gonna dive in that world. You got to feed yourself.
You have any of those titles on you? Apostle, Bishop, 3?
Apostle, yeah.
So you're Apostle 3, the Soul Trappa.
I like that, Apostle 3. Hey, that's my next project, man. Apostle 3.
Hey, I want to say this on camera too. I gotta say this before I let you out of here, bro. I can't rap. I cannot rap.
Yeah, a lot of these rappers can't either.
Okay. So I'm not by myself. I cannot rap. I'd have had you on my project.
Yo.
I'd have had a hit record. Can I get on something with you? Something? Can you make it happen?
You say that, I ain't gonna lie. I really want to do like a collaboration with you.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. Like it ain't gotta be long. A little five tracks, 6 tracks.
I get 5 tracks with you.
You get 5 tracks.
Off goes down. I'm gonna have to bring my team. This is outspoken. I'm gonna bring all of the team.
Let's make it happen, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Your new project. I know I just talked about it. Look right there in the camera, bro, and then tell them about your project.
Where we at? That one?
Yep.
The one on the right. Look, I'm so transparent. I'm trying to look. Ain't no shame in my game.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, right there. All right, bet. So my newest, cause we ain't touch it, but I dropped a project before that one. Like I dropped 2 projects in 2024. It only been 2 months. You heard me. So the first one dropped in January called Kingdom Stepper. Go cop that, stream that, listen to that, and then when you're done with that, stroll right on over to Mind My Business, another banging project, and y'all can follow me on social media, 3 the Soul Trappa, the Soul Trappa, DA. Soul SOUL Trappa TRAPPA, just like you see it on the screen. And man, we working. I got a video I'm about to shoot this weekend. Another single gonna drop probably about when he done editing the video, that's gonna drop. I'm all gassed this year, man. I'm done sitting on my. I think I said that in the song. They think I buried my gift, but nah, like I'm coming, and it ain't even like I'm coming for somebody. Like I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the gift that God gave me. So now I'm finna put it out. I got so many people that hit me up and be like, man, you don't know how much your music ministered to me.
Yeah.
And then here I am just sitting on it, ain't putting it. I'm like, nah, I'm about to start dropping.
That's why I asked you about those hiatus, bro. I'm always a fan of yours. I'm a brother of yours. We friends. And I'm always rooting for you. And if you're on the gas 2024, I can't wait to see what you got next. Man, thank you for stopping through the show, blessing us, man.
Y'all for having me, man.
Y'all listen to that project on the way home. I'm telling y'all, it is definitely jamming. 3 the Soul Trappa.
Hey, the Kingdom Stepper himself, the Gravy Baby himself. He's gravy,
yeah. You heard? I hope I said it right.
You heard me, brother?
It's the Blessed Music Live
religious
show.
folk. You heard me, brother?
We out of here.